Good morning, beautiful people, and today we are going to be discussing how do you actually vet an offer as an appointment setter to make sure that you're not wasting your time or getting basically sold on hopes, but rather the offer is as solid as it gets. So, to give you some context, these are some of the coaches that I work with, so you know that the advice that I'm about to give you is actually credible. Now, the reason I'm making this video is simple. The biggest reason for why setters struggle is not skills, but rather working with the wrong companies for far too long. This is what it typically looks like. You jump on an interview, you get sold on fake hopes, you look at the numbers and they seem okay, you join and it's a shit show, and you realize that you wasted 6 months of your time, and then you do it again to look for another offer, and this is the loop that you get stuck in. So we're going to be breaking this loop and giving you the exact framework that you can use in terms of basically vetting an offer, 19 questions that you should be asking on an interview, plus getting clear on the two different types of offer that you can find in high ticket sales. So as I said, we're going to be looking into a couple of things. Number one is the two different kinds of offers. So there are two offers. Number one is high volume leads focused, and then the second offer is low volume and nurtured focus. I would walk you over exactly what it looks like, the pros, the cons, and which offer you should choose to work with. Positive pointers to look out for. What are some of the things that if the business owner has in their content, then they are probably a good fit to work with. And then 19 questions that you should ask on interviews, and how to do your own calculation based on the answers to basically figure out if the offer is good or if it's a shit show. The two different kinds of offer. Number one is high volume and leads focus. This offer predominantly focuses on posting tons of content, short form videos made for virality that gets them 100 to 400 leads every single day predictably. Number two is low volume but nurtured focused. This offer predominantly focuses on creating content with intention. Every content is created to remove objection of leads or nurture them on your unique selling point, and they only get 1 to 10 leads a day. Now, what are some of the benefits of working with a high volume leads focused company? Number one is stability. You would be making money consistently, a certain amount of money, a certain range of money, which typically is 3 to 5K a month. Number two is consistency. In terms of the lead flow, you would always have leads coming through. Number three is long term. You could work with these people long term. Number four is 1 million a month potential. These are the kind of people that post content simply for virality that gets them tons of leads, so the potential for them to make 1 million a month is a lot. Number five is a big team, so you get exposed to how actual 7 or 8 figure companies run. The negative side to this is actually it's really fast paced, high standards. We're talking 12 hours a day consistently. Nurturing be required because they post content simply for virality. It doesn't nurture the leads, which means a lot of work on your end to nurture these leads. Number three, proper time management. You wouldn't be able to survive in such an offer if you're really good with time management. Number four, not a lot of room for growth. They already have leads and managers and DM managers and phone managers and sales managers, so there's not a lot of room for growth. And number five is replaced if complacent. They will let you go the moment you're unable to produce any results. Number two is low volume and nurtured focus. The pros of working with such a company is number one, it's a family-like environment. You actually feel at home. Number two, it's a lot of young people. You wouldn't see people in their 30s within such offers. It's typically 19, 20 to 26. Number three, ambition and goals. Everyone is out there to make more money, to grow as a person, to become better, more mental maturity, everything. Number four, less work for you because they post low amount of volume, but it nurtures their audience so much that in the DMs, you really don't have to do a lot of work and you can get them booked in. Number five is tons of growth opportunity. Considering these companies are usually scaling up and they're only making about like 40, 50K a month, they are super open to seeing you grow within the company. Number six is meetups. They do a lot of meetups in real life. The negatives of working with such a company is number one, inconsistencies. You wouldn't be able to make 7 or 5 or 4K a month every single month. Some months it's 2K, some months it's 7K, depends entirely on the lead flow. Number two is hopes. You get sold on hopes a lot with such companies because they tell you to believe in their vision that at one point they would be making 500K a month. Number three, average income. You wouldn't be making a lot of money, but you will learn a lot, and if you stay with them long enough and if the company grows, you would make shit ton of money. And number four, not enough volume because they typically only get 1 to 10 leads per day. Now that you have a better understanding of the two kinds of offer, let's talk about some positive pointers. So these are some of the positive pointers that you should be looking for in every single offer that you interview for as a DM setter or a phone setter. Number one is a parent's angle. If the coach mentions his kid and their security or safety a lot in their content, that majorly attracts parents, aka people that are mature and have enough to invest. Number two is the wife angles. Husbands husbands love their wives, aka it's an easier sell as you can sell them on the fact that this is not just for you, you're doing this for your wife as well. Number 3 is the drug angle. Drug usage to becoming rich is the kind of story that attracts a bunch of people that are sober today and have a lot of emotional connection with your code, so it becomes an easier sell. Number 4 is the color angle. Blacks would always attract blacks, Muslims would always attract Muslims, browns would always attract browns, and all of this builds more trust. So choose an offer that has this angle and you would make a lot of money. And number 5 is the religion angle. I think this doesn't need any explanation, and this is the only angle that I personally am not okay with, which is using religion to build more trust and get more people in. Now it's time to talk about the actual question that you should be asking on interviews. Number 1 is, what was your cash collection last month? Number 2, what was your average cash collection over the last 3 months? Number 3, how many team members do you have? Number 4, how many setters do you have? Number 5, who's the longest staying setter? Number 6, how long has he stayed on the offer? Number 7 is, what's the average retention rate for these setters? Number 8, if the retention is low, ask why. Number 9 is, what makes a great rep within your team? Number 10 is, what are your top company's values? Number 11 is, what's your success rate? Number 12 is, what's the price point of the offer? Number 13 is, what's the average order value? Number 14 is, how many leads do you guys get per day? Number 15 is, what's your average pickup rate? Number 16 is, what's your top setter making per month? Number 17 is, what's the average setter making per month? Number 18 is, what do you think separates the top setter from the average setter? Number 19 is, what are your goals with the offer over the next 12 months? Now, the reason you want to ask these questions is because these 19 questions would give you every single metric you need to run your own numbers and figure out if an offer is good or just shiny shit. Now, let's do some calculations. Let's say an interviewer says, we're making $200K a month with a team of 3 setters with an average cash collection of $3K. We're able to get 3 bookings per setter per day, and I've been able to maintain a 70% show up rate and a 20% close rate. It sounds amazing in terms of an offer, doesn't it? Let's do some of our own calculation. 3 setters are booking 3 calls a day into 6 days a week. That's 54 calls a week. Multiply that by 4, which would give us the number for the month, which is 216 calls for the month. Into a 70% show up rate, that's 151 calls that actually showed up. Into a 20% close rate, that gives us 30 closes out of the 151 calls that showed up. Into an average 3K cash collection, as they had said, they're only making 90K a month. So what happened to the other 110K? And that is exactly what you would get clarity from the coach. And that is exactly why you ask these questions, to basically do your own calculations and figure out if the offer is good or not. And with that being said, that is exactly how you vet an offer.